Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Tech Future. My name is Harry, and today we are going to talk about one of the most exciting topics in technology right now. Something that could change the future of electric cars, smartphones, and even renewable energy. Yes, I am talking about future batteries, specifically solid-state batteries versus graphene batteries. And the big question is, which one will win? Stay tuned until the end of this video because I'll break down everything you need to know how these batteries work, their features when they're launching, which companies are working on them, their pros and cons, and finally, which technology is more likely to dominate the future. Right now, most of our gadgets and electric vehicles rely on lithium-ion batteries. They power everything from smartphones to laptops to Teslas. But lithium-ion has its limits. Charging takes too long. The capacity degrades over time, and there are safety risks, like overheating and even catching fire in extreme cases. That is why researchers and companies are racing to create the next big breakthrough. Two of the strongest contenders are solid-state batteries and graphene batteries, and both of them promise to completely transform the way we use and think about energy. Let's first talk about solid-state batteries. Unlike the lithium-ion batteries we use today, which have a liquid electrolyte, solid-state batteries use a solid electrolyte. This could be made of ceramic, glass, or certain polymers. The key advantage here is safety and efficiency. By replacing liquid with solid, the risk of leakage, overheating, and fire is drastically reduced. But that's not all. Solid-state batteries can store more energy in the same space, meaning electric cars could go much further on a single charge. Imagine doubling the range of your EV without making the battery bigger. They also charge much faster, potentially reaching 80% in under 15 minutes, and they last longer, sometimes up to 10 to 15 years. So in theory, you could have a battery that outlives the car itself. And that's pretty mind-blowing. Now let's move to graphene batteries. Graphene is a super material, just one layer of carbon atoms arranged in a honeycomb structure. It's incredibly strong, lightweight, and conducts electricity up to 100 times better than copper. In batteries, graphene can be used in the electrodes to allow electrons to move much faster, which means super fast charging. We're talking about charging your phone in just 5 minutes, or your car in maybe 10 minutes. Graphene batteries are also lighter, which reduces the overall weight of electric vehicles, improving efficiency and performance. They are durable, flexible, and can be used not just in cars, but also in smartphones, wearables, and even future drones or aerospace applications. So when are these futuristic batteries coming? Solid-state batteries are being heavily researched by big companies. Toyota's already announced that they could launch their first solid-state EVs around 2027 or 2028. QuantumScape, backed by Volkswagen, has working prototypes being tested in 2025. Samsung, Panasonic, and other battery giants are also pushing development forward. The big challenge is manufacturing it, as it's still very expensive and complex to produce solid-state batteries at scale. Graphene Batteries, on the other hand, might arrive sooner. The GAC Group in China has claimed that their first graphene EV could be on the roads by 2026. Smartphone makers like Realme and even Samsung have been experimenting with graphene batteries for mobile devices, with launches expected as early as 2025 or 2026. So while solid-state might take longer to go mainstream, graphene could enter the market much earlier, especially in consumer electronics. Now, let's compare the two side by side. Solid-state batteries have higher energy density, which means they can store more energy, giving electric cars longer range. Graphene batteries may not have as high density, but they make up for it with incredible charging speed. Solid-state batteries are safer and longer lasting, while graphene batteries are lighter and more versatile. In terms of cost, both are expensive today, but solid-state is even more costly and harder to mass produce. Graphene is still expensive, but could be commercialized sooner because the production challenges are slightly easier. The real-world applications are game-changing. For electric vehicles, either technology would mean no more range anxiety. Imagine charging your car in the time it takes to grab a cup of coffee. For smartphones, no more overnight charging. Just plug in for a few minutes, and you're good for a full day. For renewable energy, These batteries could help store solar and wind power more efficiently, making clean energy more reliable. Of course, there are pros and cons. Solid-state batteries are safer, denser, and long-lasting, but they're expensive and delayed in mass production. Graphene batteries are lightning fast in charging, ultralight, and highly conductive, but they're still experimental in EVs and may face durability issues in extreme conditions. So, which one will win? In the short term, between 2025 and 2026, we are more likely to see graphene in action, especially in smartphones and possibly some electric cars. But in the long run, between 2027 and 2030, solid-state could dominate because it is more scalable and offers greater energy storage for electric vehicles and even power grids. My prediction is that both will coexist. Graphene may take over smaller gadgets and certain EVs, while solid-state will become the standard for electric vehicles and large-scale energy solutions. So that's the full review of solid-state versus graphene batteries. Both are revolutionary, both are exciting, and both will change the way we think about energy. The only question is, which one will power your future car or phone? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think graphene will surprise us all? Or do you believe solid-state is the real winner? Leave your answers in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Tech Future videos like this. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next review on upcoming future tech. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.